Go. Hey guys, Ramadan Mubarak. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with baby Maya. Say hi. Say assalamu alaikum. And I'm here with Jalil. We're back with the Ramadan vlogs because everyone was asking for it, and I personally really enjoy making these vlogs and I really love to watch them. So that's why I thought it would be a good start on the first day of Ramadan to film the vlogs. So today is day 1 of Ramadan. We didn't do much all day really. I waited till Maya woke up from her nap. I only cleaned the house. I didn't film that because I couldn't really talk loud when Maya was sleeping. So I didn't film that, but then now is kind of the second part of the day. So we're gonna go in a bit, do some groceries, and we're going to make something today. Jelly wants to have spare ribs, so it's takeaway for us today. But I am going to be making some soup. This Ramadan I am pregnant, as most of you will know from my face, but also from my Instagram feed. So I am about, I'm so big. I am like 25 weeks, no 26 weeks, I think 26. And that's that. All right, so we got a package today, right? Hi. Do you want to tell my viewers something? The jokes. Grocery shopping for our soup.
Ik zou die appel betalen voor het.
Charlie got these for me yesterday. These are noodle soup, chicken noodle soup. All right, so they're from the Turkish store. I have no idea, I've never made this. So yeah, let's see. Oh shoot. So the first thing you're going to need, it's this guy right here. Now I'm going to cut up my chicken. Thank God at our grocery store, and I think like most of the grocery stores everywhere in the Netherlands now, they have halal chicken. So I really do prefer going to like, you know, like a butcher, but we don't have one where we live. Like where I live, there is no halal butcher in the neighborhood, which kind of sucks because in where we used to live, there was like an amazing butcher there, and there were like all these Islamic Turkish shops, but now there's none. Just opened the package of the soup and it smells super sweet, so I'm just going to add it. I have no idea what this tastes like. Mayonnaise. We're having spare ribs tonight, so good. Jalil got that. And Maya's over there trashing the entire place like she always does. And here we have the soup that I made. Semi made because everything was already made. It's just soup with some, I think it's called, no, I have to look up what it's called. We call it tauge, but I don't know the English word. And there is some mushrooms in there that I added, and that's all. And I did add a little bit of curcuma because I always do turmeric because I always do that to everything. So yeah, that's it. our table. Still up. Hey guys, it's already day 2 of Ramadan. We dropped Maya off today at my parents'. Hey guys, I'm going to add this, or it's already day 2 of Ramadan, but I'm going to add this portion in the first vlog because I think that well, I slept very late last night, even later than past Fajr time, but I was up thinking all night. I couldn't sleep, and I was just doing research. I was just trying to get some information. As most of you know, yesterday or maybe some of you don't even know, yesterday I posted on my social media or on my Instagram a post that I was collaborating with Coca-Cola, and there were a few negative comments on there. Usually I don't let negative comments get to me because they're always there, but because these were more so political comments and people were saying outrageous stuff towards me, that I felt like, whoa, what is going on here? Let's just start by saying that I am always so careful with any brand that I work with, any campaigns that I do, any strategies that I apply for my company or for my work or for my social media. I am always very careful with who I work with, what kind of campaigns I do, what is the message that I want to send across. So on my social media, I am very proud to tell you that there is never something there that causes controversy. There's never something there that might offend other people or anything like that. I'm always very well aware of that. I stop working with brands as soon as I see that they themselves are doing racist things. For example, I'm just going to be very honest here. For example, Dolce & Gabbana, as soon as I noticed that they had made those remarks that were racist towards Chinese people, I just said, listen, I'm sorry, we have a contract. We are working together, but I cannot continue because I do not believe in working with a brand that's racist or that is not ethically correct for me, because my biggest goal is to get rid of racism towards Muslim women, towards Muslims, and into normalizing Islam for the Western world. So I do not take part in any of those kind of things. I am someone, and I am very, very, very proud to say that I do not do campaigns all the time with every brand just because I want to do a campaign, I want to make money. I turn down so many things because I myself do not believe in that. So when I was approached by Coca-Cola, they initially came to me and they had a campaign that they wanted to do in Norway, where they had come up with the idea of decorating Ramadan. So when Coca-Cola came to me and they approached me for doing a campaign together, I was like every other brand out there. I was very conscious in what we were going to do together. So basically Coca-Cola had come up for this Ramadan with the idea of doing something in the Western world, as well as we know that they are already doing a lot of things in the Middle East where they do like campaigns, they do their own advertisement, posters, stuff like that with Ramadan Kareem on it. And this year they wanted to also do something in Europe, and they wanted to do something in Norway where they are going to create posters. They are going to be providing iftars for families that, like, for example, if your husband is working till iftar time, then they will surprise with your family, go to your husband at his work and then surprise him with an iftar there so he doesn't feel alone at work. And just other things to spread awareness amongst the non-Muslims about what Ramadan really means for Muslims, because a lot of people think like, oh, it's about eating, it's about not eating, it's about not being able to drink water, it's about controlling your desires. What is it really about? So it was really to spread awareness. So the first post was about me telling you guys what Ramadan means for me. And it's by no way in saying that, oh, Ramadan for me means Coca-Cola, I'm always drinking Coca-Cola, nothing like that. Once in a while, I love to indulge in a can of cola. If you don't do that, that's fine, that's your personal choices. I am never been someone that's gonna talk. I've never been someone that's gonna talk about a healthy lifestyle, because my lifestyle is far from healthy. I will indulge in a burger once in a while. Yesterday I had takeout food. I only made soup at home, which the soup was also very already done. As a mom, and as someone that's working full time, I do not have the time to focus more on that. It is something that I want to do, but yeah, I once in a while like to indulge in candy. I love to indulge in food. So, and I also love to indulge in Coca-Cola. So for me, it was natural because I am already drinking the brand, and so many already around me are. So for me, it was very natural. So anyway, the first post was about me telling you guys what Ramadan means for me, and also educating people that are non-Muslim on my channel what Ramadan means for me, to, you know, explain it to them as well, for non-Muslims, because they don't really know that Ramadan for us means spending time with our family, means setting goals. Like, I want to achieve this Ramadan praying 5 times a day on time, and I want to keep doing that also after Ramadan. But I will use these 29, 28, 30 days into getting myself into the routine of, you know, doing that, because I find that that's what Ramadan for me in the essence means creating good routines in this month and really go back to the core of what my beliefs are. So yeah. And then the second part of the campaign is that I will be doing a iftar at my house with my friends that are not Muslim, and I'm going to make them fast for a day, and then kind of make them experience what we experience when we are not fasting. So we don't just think about food, but we are also very well aware that the fact that we cannot eat is the fact that someone else is out there that's also not able to eat and feels like that every day, not just for a month, and doesn't have that food around iftar to indulge in, you know. So that's what the campaign is about for the second part. So then we will be doing like a campaign with my friends that are Muslim, that are fasting, and that are non-Muslim, and then kind of compare like what they think that Ramadan is, but also for us, what Ramadan really means. So the campaign is not about me telling everyone, oh, sip a Coke, drink Coca-Cola, because that's the best thing there is in the world. No, the campaign is about spreading awareness amongst non-Muslims about what Ramadan really means to us Muslims. That is that. And because Coca-Cola is such a big platform, we thought it would be really nice if they could also spread that awareness through their own channel, you know. So that is that. And yeah, and then there were obviously there were a few comments about the political issues that some people have with Coca-Cola. So a lot of people, they told me about BDS movement, which I semi knew about because my husband Jalil had done his it's called, we call it Anya Skripsi, but it's called, he did like a thesis for his university when he finished his studies. He did a thesis about settlements in Israel or in Gaza. So he already did like some, not for Coca-Cola, but for like different companies. He did a research about settlements. So I already knew quite a lot about the situation, so I know what's true and what's not true. But when people send me the BDS movement, which I also know a little bit about, not everything, but I do know what they are. So I decided to contact them because that's what a lot of people gave me as their source. And I wanted to just double check that source. So I went ahead, I emailed them, and I got an email back from Patrick. His name is Patrick. He does media and communication for the BDS movement. And I just basically told him like, hey, I want to get some more information. Should we boycott Coca-Cola because of what's going on or not in Gaza? What do you think? Like, I don't know, because people are using you guys as a source. So I really would like to get more information, because for me, if someone tells me about something, I find it very important to double check the source, you know? Also for myself to know if maybe someone's trying to educate me so I can learn something from it. So, yeah, they said to me, Dear Ruba, I'll just put it like this. I hope you can read it. So they said, "Dear Ruba, thank you for being in touch and for your concerns about this issue. There are many possible reasons to boycott Coca-Cola, but BDS is not currently one of them. I'm pasting below an excerpt from an older related statement which still stands from the Palestinian BDS National Committee. Companies such as Coca-Cola and McDonald's are not priority for the BDS movement. We focus on companies that play a clear and direct role in sustaining Israeli violations of international law and that we can have a tangible impact upon. We must remain strategic and think of sustained long-term impact of Israeli regimes of occupation, settler, blah, blah, blah." Okay. So basically they just said like they are not currently one of them. So for me, that is the most reliable source. So if I wanted to check something politically that has to do with their movement, then I will obviously send them an email, and that's what they sent back to me. So I was a little bit hurt because so many people were like, "You have blood on your hands, how can you do that?" But in the meantime, they're not even on the list of, you know, products to boycott. So in the Palestinian-Israeli issue. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick because I find it very hurtful when people just make remarks. Of course, I'm always open into getting educated. So if you have anything that you want me to get educated on, send me an email. I will always have a look. I am not a blind person that just thinks whatever. Everything that I do it because I want to spread awareness amongst Muslims and non-Muslims that it is normal for us to be in the Western society. We are such a big part of this society. For me, I want my kids to grow up. I do not want to force them to wear a hijab or whatever. That's completely up to them. If Maya doesn't want to wear a hijab, she doesn't have to. But I do want her to look at the world, and when she looks at the world, I want her to think that it's normal also in the world that her mom wears a hijab. I want my sisters to always feel comfortable in whatever choices they make, whether it is wearing the hijab or not wearing the hijab. For me, I'm always down for normalizing the Muslim community. So I've had so much shit over me. I've had so much shit because non-Muslims find me very think of me the worst things of me, because they always think like, oh, she's throwing herself down our throats, she just wants to be a part of our community. I do not want to be a part of the non-Muslim community. I don't care about that. What I want is for us to be the same as non-Muslims. I want us to be on the same level. I want us to achieve things that non-Muslims can also achieve, and I want us to be normal. So I want it to be normal that there's a girl on TV talking about stuff that doesn't have to do anything with Islam, because there's also Christian girls on TV talking about stuff that doesn't have to do with Christianity, and nobody questions them. And the same is for me. Like, if I want to wear a hijab and I want to be on TV, it should be normal. If I want to wear a hijab and I want to do campaigns with brands to spread awareness about my religion or about who I am, then that should be normal. And I just think that it's so hard always to get campaigns as someone that wears a hijab, because 9 out of 10 times a company prefers someone that's not religious or that has blonde hair, blue eyes, because they just fit their perfect standard way better than I do. But still, I always work my ass off because I want it to be normal that there are people with a hijab in the world, and in especially in the Western world. So I'm always ethical with the companies that I choose to work with, because I find it so important that we are represented on the right way. Just like last year, I brought out a cake with another company. We made sure that the gelatin that we used in those cake was halal, but the company was still getting so much shit about using gelatin, even though we said so many times it's halal, it's halal, it's halal. And now this year, that same company didn't want to do anything anymore because they were like, well, there is too much stuff going on around it. So I just want to make sure that people know that if you haven't done proper research, then please do not just say stuff. And I understand that some people, of course, Palestine is really close to all of our hearts. Palestine lives with us. We Muslims, every community, whatever happens in any country in the world, whatever happens to any Muslim in the world that lives with me, I pay a lot of attention to that. It means the world to me. But it's really important that when we do make we try to raise awareness, that we do it in the right way, and that we do it in a way that we can actually educate other people. For me, the first day of Ramadan started as such, I don't know, like I was just talking to Jalil about it, that honestly I was not able to enjoy it yesterday because I was so stressed out. I couldn't sleep. I was like, what's going on? Did I do something wrong? Is it correct what I just really started to doubt myself. And that's why I got in contact with these people. And I was like, hey, what's going on? Is it correct what people are saying? Should we use you as a source or not? So I'm very relieved, at least, that they sent back that reply and they were like, well, that's not true. Because for me, like, if it was true, that would be simple for me. I'd be like, khalas, I'm not doing this campaign anymore because I clearly didn't know about it. So I want to stop doing this. But alhamdulillah, I feel like, okay, I did the right thing by doing this, because for me, it's always, it's always a lot, because I come from a culture, I just say, I get so much, hate from Pashtuns, from Afghans, from everyone, like, oh, she is selling out her religion, she is selling out her hijab, look at her just being on TV, selling herself, she's on social media selling herself. But I do this because I want to normalize for other people. I want them to see, like, oh, this is a Muslim girl and she's totally normal like the rest of us. That is what, for me, all of this work means. And trust me when I tell you that if I was in this for the money, I would have stopped a way long time ago. For me, this is all about having a platform that I have built myself and using that for the right reasons. So if there's negativity, I never pay attention to it because I do not want to focus on negative things. But I do feel like it's very important that there is unity amongst us, and that we at least try to support each other, and that we are loving towards each other. So if you ever see me make mistakes, I would always prefer you talk to me and send me an email and talk to me about issues. But do not go around spreading hate and being violent with your words. So that's all I wanted to say. Okay, that was vlog 1. I still wish you a very Ramadan Mubarak, and I will see you guys in vlog number 2. Bye.